Julius Caesar, the rise and fall of Rome's greatest leader. In the twilight years of the Roman Republic, amid political chaos, class struggles, and endless wars, a single figure emerged to dominate the course of history: Gaius Julius Caesar. Born into an ancient but relatively modest patrician family in 100 BC, Caesar's early life was anything but easy. Political instability forced him into exile as a young man, his family's fortunes dwindling after choosing the wrong side in a civil war. But from these hardships, Caesar forged an ambition of steel, an unrelenting drive to rise above the petty rivalries of his time and seize a destiny he believed was his by right. He returned to Rome and quickly rose through the ranks, mastering the deadly art of Roman politics: patronage, bribery, and alliances built on convenience rather than loyalty. His charm, intellect, and audacity captivated the Roman people. He cultivated an image not only as a nobleman, but as a champion of the common citizen. Yet politics alone would not satisfy Caesar's thirst for greatness. He sought military glory, the kind that would etch his name alongside the legends of old. In Gaul, Caesar found his stage. Over a decade of relentless campaigning, he conquered vast territories stretching from the Mediterranean to the English Channel, bringing enormous wealth and tens of thousands of enslaved captives into Rome. His commentaries on the Gallic War, written with masterful propaganda, ensured that even back home, every Roman citizen knew of his conquests. But fame breeds fear. In the halls of the Senate, Caesar's successes stirred alarm. To many, he no longer seemed a servant of Rome, but a master-in-waiting. When ordered to disband his armies and return to Rome as a private citizen, Caesar faced a choice: obedience and obscurity, or defiance and power. On a cold January night in 49 BC, he made his decision. Crossing the Rubicon River with a single legion, Caesar uttered the fateful words, "Alea iacta est," the die is cast. By doing so, he declared war on the Republic itself. The civil war that followed tore Rome apart. His greatest rival, Pompey the Great, once his ally in the powerful First Triumvirate, fled before Caesar's advancing forces. The Senate's armies crumbled. From the shores of Italy to the deserts of Egypt, Caesar pursued his enemies relentlessly. In Egypt, another drama unfolded. Caesar became entangled in the politics of the Ptolemaic dynasty, allying himself with Cleopatra VII. Their liaison was not merely romantic, it was strategic. With Cleopatra at his side, Caesar ensured Roman influence over one of the richest kingdoms in the world. Returning to Rome as the undisputed victor, he was hailed by the people as a hero. But not everyone celebrated. Behind closed doors, among senators and old elites, whispers turned into plots. Caesar's reforms were sweeping. He expanded the Senate, granted citizenship to distant provinces, restructured debts, and reformed the calendar, creating the Julian calendar that, in modified form, we still use today. But his critics saw not reforms. They saw a king in all but name. He accepted honors once reserved only for gods. Statues of him were erected. His face appeared on coins, an honor no living Roman had ever dared to claim. The final blow came when rumors spread that Caesar intended to crown himself king. For Romans, who had long prided themselves on having overthrown their monarchy centuries earlier, this was intolerable. A group of senators, calling themselves the Liberators, decided that the only solution was blood. On the morning of March 15th, 44 BC, the Ides of March, Caesar entered the theater of Pompey where the Senate was meeting. He had been warned. A soothsayer had told him to beware the Ides of March. He had received anonymous notes urging caution. But Caesar, whether out of hubris or trust in his own destiny, dismissed the warnings. As he took his seat, the conspirators struck. They surrounded him under the pretense of petitioning. Then, one by one, they stabbed him 23 times. Among them was Marcus Junius Brutus, a man Caesar had treated like a son. Et tu, Brute? You too, Brutus? Whether he spoke these words or not, the betrayal was undeniable. The assassins believed they were restoring the Republic. They were wrong. Instead, their actions plunged Rome into even greater chaos. Another civil war erupted, far bloodier than the last. Out of the ashes rose Caesar's heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, who would end the Republic forever and establish the Roman Empire. Julius Caesar's life remains a lesson in ambition, power, and destiny. He rose from political exile to the apex of the ancient world. He dared to dream beyond the confines of tradition. And though he fell, murdered by those who once called him friend, his legacy endured, shaping not just Rome, but the course of human civilization. His story reminds us, the path to greatness is often paved with blood and betrayal.